Hey everybody, you ready for more music? This is my update to musical panning. Okay, so first things you need to know, this is a project that was started by Mari over at Patriot Makeup, a woman with amazing musical knowledge. It is under the hashtag musical panning. She started this so that it runs January 2nd of 2022 to January 3rd of 2023. It is a rolling style monthly updates with flexibility on your updates if you get behind. You've seen this before, right? I mean, you've seen my intros. I explained she does 3 songs from each decade, title prompt, artist title prompt. What she did say we could do is that we can add in a song for each decade, anywhere from the 40s to the 2020s, once we finish all of hers. Now, because I did this with a twist, I have been working on my list, and it's killing me. It's killing me. How do I pick one song for these decades? There's so many bands. There's so many good songs. But personal crisis aside, wanted to remind you all to please do all of the things for me if you feel so inclined. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. All the things. The usual. All right, so just to clarify, yes, I did actually just also do my update for Panning Punk. I am doing these back to back, so yes, this is the same look. It just is. So if there was a question, it's now been answered. I don't know if anyone cares. I'm not the only one who has to do that where you film multiple things. I mean, so I'm sure it's not a big deal, but just in case anybody was wondering. All right. That has nothing to do with anything about the project. So let's start with that, shall we? All right, so we know it was 40s to the 2020s, but what I did is I picked items that fit into multiple categories. So I actually went through Mari's list more quickly, and I'm going to be restarting it once I get everything finished up. But there's still some stuff on there, and I'm still working on my list for my decades, which is, like I said, torturous because there's just so much I want to highlight. Oh well, I can't hit everything. Okay, so the first product that I pulled in is my Essence Waterproof But First Espresso Eyeliner. And I have it on my really heavy notebook. Okay, as close as I can get. You can see there's not much difference. Because this goes up at the beginning of the month, the way that I've been doing this is I've been filming at the end of the month, so I'm writing it down. I'm confusing myself. So, technically it's still April, but you're not going to see this till May. This is the May update. Like I said, there's not too much difference visibly in the product, but when it came in, it was 4.0 grams. We're at 3.7, which is only down a tenth of a gram from last month. I haven't used it probably as much, but I am still using it. My goal is still to finish, so I'm going to keep plugging away at it. Staying in the project. Don't put things on the notebook. I need it again. I think sometimes I need a keeper. All right, the next... Oh, I didn't tell you what I put that in for. I've done this before, you probably remember, but in case you didn't, the 1940s Hank Williams song, I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, because it is a cry-proof item, it is waterproof. The 1950s Johnny Cash song, Walk the Line, eye or lip liner, that is an eyeliner. Okay, then I threw in my Acure Soothing Blue Tansy Oil, and this went in for the 1940s Judy Garland song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, was a colorful item. The 1950s Santo and Johnny song, Sleepwalk, it's an item I use before bed. The 60s CCR song, Bad Moon Rising, nighttime item. The goal was to finish. The start weight was 117.4 grams. I finished it. The bottle itself is 98.3 grams. Wow. Huh. That was almost 20 grams of product. And I've had this in... When did I put it in? It would have been the March update that you saw, so at the end of February when I filmed it, that's when that went in. And so this is a rollout. That was confusing for me. I'm not mathing today. It's just beyond my capabilities. And apparently timelines are also beyond my capabilities. Okay, and the next item I had in is my Strawberry Lip Smacker, which you've seen over and over again. I rave on about constantly. This was the 1970s Earth, Wind, and Fire song, September, an item that makes you feel good. The 2020s Anderson .Paak Bruno Mars song, Skate, the roller rink or roller skating item. Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga's Get a Kick Out of You, an item I love. The Gorillaz song Pac-Man, an item you can't get enough of. Open from package, untouched, was 9.4 grams. My goal was to finish. The package itself is 5.6 grams. So that's almost 4 grams of product. And I don't scrape out, but I can't get any more without scratching myself. I've tried digging these out in the past, and it's just, we're not going to do that again. This isn't empty, and we're just going to move on. So that's a rollout. Got some rollouts this time. This is kind of fun. All right, now, we knew I had started with that Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick Candy Cane. Couldn't handle it anymore. Couldn't handle the high feeling. It was making me crazy. Subbed in my Tarte lipstick in Berry Crusher. That's the name. I had to look because I couldn't remember. It still fit all the same prompts. The 1940s Judy Garland song, again, Somewhere Over the Rainbow for a colorful item. The ink spots, I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. Red is a fiery item. 70s Cat Stevens song, Wild World. Item that makes you step out of your comfort zone. I'm getting better with the reds because this isn't the same one. Still not totally my comfort zone. Okay, also hit 90s The Cure's Friday I'm in Love, an item you have a love-hate relationship with. 2000s Outcast song, So Fresh, So Clean, makes you feel put together. Gnarls Barkley's Crazy, because it makes me crazy. Reds always do. I think they do most people. And then the 2010s 21 Pilot song, Heathens, an item that makes you feel dangerous. Well, obviously red, danger. We're just going to go with that. All right, so what I did with this is I measured it on my notebook, and I'm going to show it to you because it's got a very strange shape. It was so pointed at the top. Can you see the angle on that? I actually started trying to wear the top down to make it a little more even because I'm almost at the plastic on the bottom part of that. So it wore weird. It's just one of those things apparently. There's a whole thing on like how you wear out lipsticks and like what it says about your personality. Somebody can Google it because I don't remember what it was. I learned it 100 years ago, and honestly, I never put much stock in it anyway, but it's entertaining if you feel so inclined. But anyway, so this is in the notebook too. All right. So we got the intro, and then we got the May update. So, I mean, it's gone down. It is at least noticeable. And that I have used 4 different days. I love this. I really love this formula. And it's not something that's still around anymore. Because, of course it isn't, because it's something that I actually love. And if every red lipstick would be this fun, I'd probably have, well, probably twice as many as I already do. Anyway, still staying in the project because we're going to finish this one off. It'd be good to finish a red lipstick. I mean, that's kind of an accomplishment, don't you think? Go with me on this. It'll make me feel proud of myself. All right. So for my April Rollin, I picked the Aether Beauty. This is the Moonlight Crystal palette. It is the 1970s Bill Withers Lean on Me item picked or from a friend, and this is the one my mom found for me. And then the 80s Stevie Ray Vaughan song Pride and Joy, an item I'm proud of. Well, we had the whole conversation about how my mom found this $58 item, and I got it for $10. So yeah, more than a little proud of that. And I did No Pan Left Behind, and I have hit every pan, and they're pretty. They're pretty. There's some that are tame. There's some that are a little bit punchy, but this is a good palette overall. I don't have a lot of problems with eyeshadows creasing unless I do something stupid. Generally, the way that I prep my eyes, as old as they may be, I still get away with shimmers and all the fun stuff that I do, or maybe I just don't care. Yeah, I'm old enough to not care. That's probably it. But I had no problems with the formula. It didn't make my eyelids look even older than they are or anything like that. It didn't crease on me. It didn't fade on me. For a clean beauty brand, I'm actually really happy. This was something that I really wanted to try, and I enjoy the palette. I really kind of liked it. And I know I have asked other people when I've seen it in their projects what they think of it too, because like I said, so far all I've used is the No Pan Left Behind style, so I know what I think of it, but I don't know how it's going to hold up over time, or I just always want other people's opinions too. So that's a rollout also. Okay. So that means that I have to roll in some items. Now, I didn't have a lot left from Mari's list. because of grouping them together. So I actually only had 2 more prompts to hit. And then one of them is Nirvana's Something in the Way, an item that's a burden. For that, I am rolling in my Good Molecule caffeine energizing hydrogel eye patches, formulated to firm, energize, and hydrate tired eyes. Well, they're always tired, but this is a pain in the butt. The eye patches are good. There's nothing wrong with the eye patches themselves. This is not a full container, so I'm going to use this to finish. The problem is I never remember to do them. And I don't love, cute little scooper, but I don't love the way they're packaged because they're all kind of stacked in there. They're stuck together. They're in kind of a goopy gel. Yeah, and I have to make myself remember to use these things. I'm hoping that I can actually use what's remaining by the next update, but knowing me and the way I keep forgetting, I'll go through streaks where I'll remember for a few days and then I'll forget for a week, so who knows. This originally comes with 60 patches, which is 30 pairs, and I'd say I probably have a little over half of it left, so we're going to try and use these up because I kind of want to just get it out of my collection. I have other eye patches, and I've gotten like single sets of them in different gift bags in just different ways. So I have more of them, and I kind of prefer some of that a little bit more than this. Like I said, it's just kind of messy and goopy, and I don't like messing with them, and I have a hard time. I've actually ripped them. They're so thin, and the way you have to get them out and apart because they stick together, I've actually ended up tearing a couple of them. Not that I couldn't use them still, but it's a burden. It's a pain in the butt. Don't love it, but not a bad product. Okay. Don't know if you cared or you needed to know all that, but that's my justification for what I'm doing with that. So then the last one I have is LSD Sia Diplo Labyrinth Genius, a genius item. For this, I have these. What these are the Maybelline Color Strike eyeshadows. I heard about these from Mrs. Melissa M, and I went out and got a few of them. This one is, they unscrew. I need to remember that. They have a little like kind of sponge tip, and it's just like powder. It's kind of almost like some of those brow powders you see, but they're eyeshadows. And I don't know if these are going to be dark enough to show up. So Hustle is kind of a gold. And then I have a bronze, and this one is Rally. Should have done this with glasses and actually written the names down, but, you know, that would have been smart. We know that doesn't happen a whole lot. So Rally is the second one. I'm getting a little better with the swatches. Aren't you guys impressed with me? I'm impressed with me. Third one is Flare. Kind of a brownish. I don't know why I keep opening these things upside down, because I never know what side the spongy thing is on. So that one's Flare. And then of course I got a blue, because why wouldn't I get a navy blue? And that's called Ace. That works. Ace is a good name. And that's the blue. Isn't that pretty? It's almost like it's a cross between a Columbia and a Royal, I would say, but really pretty. So what I decided to do is I'm going to bring all 4 of these in for the Genius item, because honestly I think the packaging is just really cool. And the nice thing about that way the applicator works is if I want to take one of these and just do it as like an inner highlight or do it as an outer deepening, the sponge tip works perfectly for that. It just fits everywhere. So I love these things. These are awesome, and they weren't expensive at all. So I want to do 3 uses each on all 4 colors. All right. So this is where my life became sad and difficult and torturous, is that I had to actually pick a song, one. And I decided that I'm going to go with the Them song from 1965, Here Comes the Night. I'm guessing, well, good Lord, I'm hoping that most of you at least know who Van Morrison is. If you know Brown Eyed Girl Charisse, every time I have to say the name of her channel, it makes me think of the Van Morrison song, because I'm assuming that's how she picked the name. I should ask her that. I don't actually know. But anyway, Van Morrison was the singer for them before he was on his own, and long before he morphed into doing the jazz stuff that he does now. Well, it was 65, so yeah, obviously it was a long time ago. Okay, secret, don't tell anybody. Like, I'm not putting this on the internet. I like Van Morrison more when he was with them than I do even as a solo act. I know. He's got some great hits solo. His jazz stuff is cool, especially if you like jazz. Not my best genre, but I love the old them stuff. There's just something about the musicality, and it's probably because I love the era too. So that is what I decided to go with for the prompt that I am pulling in for the 60s. And since it's Here Comes the Night is the name of the song, I decided it should be a nighttime product. It's not like we didn't have that in there before, but still. I am pulling in my Wet n Wild Sleeping Lip Mask, and this little circle here says it's lavender. It doesn't really smell strongly of lavender. You don't get a weird taste from it. It's kind of like a chapstick. It's just a waxy product. I mean, I've got some usage in this, but we need to finish this off, you guys. This needs to be done. I've got more lip masks that I need to get rolling here because I kind of love lip stuff. You figured that, right? I mean, obviously at this point I put in enough of it. So yeah, the goal is I want to finish this off, and it is starting at 18.3 grams. I think that's pretty much all I have to tell you about it. Okay, so for right now, that is everything that I am doing for this month's update. Now, as much as it is killing me to have to pick, it's like picking your favorite pet or your favorite child to pick one song from each decade. Mari's an evil genius. I love it. But what I'm going to do is, for the next time, since I did have multiple roll-ins this time and I managed to finish off the very last one, as I'm rolling in, I want to also restart her list. So I'm hoping that I have more than one prompt that I can roll for with each of the future updates. That may or may not happen, so I might be jumping back and forth a little bit, but I'll always let you know where I'm pulling from, if it's her list, if it's something I'm adding, the usual. Yeah, I got nothing else. Thank you if you did all of the things. I think I told you to. Maybe. I probably did. I'm getting better. I'm trying to remember. Thanks for spending your time with me, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Hopefully I made you laugh at least once or twice. What can I say? It's kind of becoming a goal. Anyway, until next time, see ya. Bye.